Hey you guys, today is a day full of holy grails. So we're gonna do my holy grail makeup look. This is my favorite makeup look to do right now, and it's utilizing all of my favorite makeup items and all of my favorite skincare items. So I usually don't do skin prep on camera because my videos are always a little too long anyway, but I did my full skincare routine today to show you my holy grail beauty routine. And also this is the look that I bang out for like every day, every event, anywhere where I just don't want to think and I want to just slap something on. So if you want to see how we got this makeup look and see all my holy grail products, skincare and makeup, then just keep watching. Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is the first time that I don't have my Invisalign in for a video in like 10 weeks. So that's so exciting. And look how straight my teeth are getting. So anyway, that's besides the point. Today I wanted to do my holy grail makeup and skin routine. This is a no trauma edition because I want to really truly go over my holy grail skin and makeup products without the dark cloud of my past. So a few of you have been saying that you like the No Trauma Tuesdays and the No Trauma editions, and I really appreciate that because I am not always sad, though it may seem so on my channel. I am actually very often full of joy. So this video hopefully will reflect that. So we're going to be going over not only like my favorite products, but also we're gonna do my favorite look. This is a look that I will wear to every date that I go on this upcoming dating season. And it's also what I throw on for like any type of beauty event, anything on Saturday at daytime. This is like a look that you can do in the daytime and at nighttime, and it's my makeup. It's kind of like my signature look right now. So that's what we're gonna do. It's light and bright and airy. I moved you in. Usually I'm further out from the camera, but I moved you in because I really want you to be able to see. So let's get the hair out of the way and we'll start our routine. I already cleansed my skin. My favorite cleanser, gosh, what is my favorite cleanser? It's this Korean one that I will link down below. It's in a blue bottle and it is my favorite because it's really foamy and luscious. And if you want to know what it is, it's down below. I buy it off Flip because it's kind of a niche product and I go through tube after tube of it. My favorite drugstore one is the Kimchi Beauty. I bought it off TikTok because I bought it in CVS before and it was like, they had like a TikTok coupon, so I bought it there as well. That is a very good cleanser as well. Now we're gonna go into like our essences, serums, and creams. So let's start with skin for once. I have already cleansed my face like I said, and now I'm going to go in with my Bow Laboratory Helios Ginseng Essence. The name is quite a mouthful, and honestly, this brand is quite an interesting brand because they say that all their products are made with like tiny small molecule formulations, which means that the essences and the serums go way deeper into your skin than typical. But anyway, this is formulated with 4 different types of ginseng. And if you know what ginseng is, I'm going to put a little more, then you know how good it is for the body and for the skin. It's good to eat it. It's good to drink it. It's good to put it on your face because it can heal the skin, protect from free radicals, reduce texture and redness. Like I said, it has 4 types of ginseng. And I feel like, do I already look less red or am I hallucinating? I don't know. It has like all these lactobacilli strains, which means I think that it's a probiotic. I don't know. It's fermented, and I've had really good results with fermented products. It adds a nice bounce, and then on top of that, I like to add a hydration serum. So this is from the same brand. I like this brand. I've been using it for like 30 days now. This is the Pro BHA Full Spec Quenching Serum. I always do, and you guys have seen this in past tutorials, I always do a hydrating serum because I really feel less dry when I use one. I feel like it really works for me. Like, you'll never not see me use a hydrating serum, and whenever I run out of having a hydrating serum, then I feel dry all the time and dehydrated. And as you guys know, I have oily skin, but hydrating serums it's adding water. It's not adding oil. It's kind of like drinking water. It quenches the skin. So if you're still feeling kind of dry after cleansing and moisturizing, then maybe it's time to implement a hydrating serum. I remember my old boss in Vancouver would always, she was kind of a headache, but she would always grill me and she'd be like, your skin's dry because you're not using a hydrating serum. And I would always say, I'm too oily for a serum. And that was back in the day where I wasn't using any proper skincare. And she'd be like, you need a hydrating serum. Nowadays, I feel like she was actually right, because it does, like, hydrating serums, especially this one, it helps to like juice up the skin. And like I said, because this brand does small molecule formulations, it goes deeper into the skin. So I do find this one to be really quite effective. They're not all created equal, but anything is better than nothing at the same time. It helps with skin texture. And now we're gonna seal it all in with my favorite moisturizer, this. Look at it. I have gone through, I don't even know how many of these. I love this. I also use the Hydra Skin Rich, which is in my drawer, and I try to alternate because I don't want this to ever be less special to me. So I avoid oils like the plague because I'm not really like, I'm kind of an oily girl, but rose oil is the one thing that I will use on my skin because rose oil has antibacterial properties and it smells so nice. And I like that it's like spun into a moisturizer because it gives the cream like this really nice, expensive texture. I'm really big on textures of skincare, and I will pay the money for like a beautiful cream texture. So this, I don't know, I feel like that was like the finishing touch to the routine. I feel like I'm juicy now because of the essence, the serum, and the moisturizer. You should always seal a serum in with a moisturizer, in my opinion, because the serum, especially these ones, they make your skin soak up product like a sponge. It accelerates your moisturizer. So when you put that serum on and the essence too, and then you put the moisturizer on, your skin just eats it up. And it also like seals it all in, especially because this has a little bit of oil in it. It really seals the moisture so that the air, like if you're living in a dry climate, you want to seal it so that the gross dry air, like here in LA, it's vile. Here in LA, it'll just suck all the moisture out of you, so you want to seal it in. Now, I would usually do sunscreen, but it's like 5 o'clock, so I'm not going to. My HG sunscreen, I feel like it may have recently changed. I've been using the Dermatology one, and that one is awesome because it does not break me out. But I just got one. What is it even called? I just got one. It's stuck and trapped in a drawer by the Treatment Center. And it's the tinted physical sunscreen. And I think that one is actually more beautiful than the Dermatology in the way that my skin looks. Like that is such, it looks pretty on the skin. And most tinted SPFs have, even when they're tinted, they have no tint and no coverage, but that one has a little and I really like it. So yeah, that's my skincare routine. Eye creams, I try to care about eye creams and I just don't, and I can't, but I'm just gonna put a little on because I was wearing makeup earlier and then took it off. And I should probably rehydrate after stripping my skin. My skin feels so much better. I feel like it looks better too after doing that routine. I do some tools and stuff, but they are much less important than like the hydrating products. And then of course, the best thing, if you are in your 20s to 30s, I wouldn't do it if you're like under 20. But if you're in your 20s and up, retinol has changed my life. It has given my skin a glow that has not existed before, and I also would really recommend doing that. My favorite one, I buy it from a plastic surgeon's office, and I've had this bottle for forever. I only use it like 2 times a week, 3 times if I'm being really generous, but not too much because I do other exfoliants. But this, when you break down that top layer of skin, and this boosts collagen and eliminates like any dryness. This is so good for texture. It's so good for acne. When I was struggling with acne, the only thing that helped me was this. And now, because it's kind of like my skin medication, you know, I've been saying lately that I'm never getting off my antidepressants. I'm also never getting off retinol because this solved my acne problem, and now I'm afraid to be without it. So that's my skincare. Now let's go ahead and start the glam look. Now, you would think that for this glam look, I'd be using Pat McGrath or Danessa Myricks. I'm actually not. Some of those are my favorite brands, but in terms of my favorite look, I actually don't use those products. I use this little cheap Colourpop palette, Flirty Talk from the Valentine's edition. I just use a couple shades of pink. I also, if I didn't use this, I would use light orange. So I know I always say I don't wear color, but pastel pinks and oranges are my favorite matte are my favorite holy grail colors for how I like to look. When I want to look beautiful, I don't really reach for all the glitter in the world. I reach for matte, pastel, beautiful, pretty, nice things. So let's go in with this shade of pink, and we're gonna put this everywhere. This is mostly gonna be the lid color, and I just kind of like to haphazardly get it on. I swear, if you can find this palette still, I use this palette a lot. A lot. And then I take this color here, but any pink will work. And I know you guys have pink shadows somewhere. I know you do. Everybody, most people, if you're a makeup enthusiast, most people do have colors they don't even use. Okay, so we're taking this in the crease. I like these What's Up Beauty brushes. I got these a few months ago, and they're probably the only good brushes I have, to be honest. Like, that's a lie. They're not the only good brushes I have, but all the best makeup brushes that I have are in my pro kit, and this I so generously gave to myself, so that's why I say that. Okay, we do the crease. Very gorgeous. And then we'll take a little of that, just a little, not too much. And we'll just put it on the edge of the eye there. And now, see, it's very simple, this shadow look. We might go back and like brighten something later, but now we just put a black liner on. Very simple. I like this Nude one because this will never come off and it will never smudge. Whenever everybody was so upset that I wore my pink Nude eyeliner in a skincare video, you know, I was doing my facial steamer and I left my eye makeup on because these are so freaking waterproof. And I was steaming my face for ages, doing my whole routine, and people were so livid that I was doing that. But what's funny about it is that a couple people were like, how is that makeup so waterproof? And that is what I think should be focused on. How is it so waterproof? This will never smudge on you. Never. The only thing is I think that these applicators can be a little tricky. Like, I mess up with this a lot. But my standard eyeliner look is a thin line with a thin wing. And I feel like when you keep it thinner, it's just less of a dramatic look in terms of like looking makeup-y. But it looks pretty to me. Like, I like how that looks. Sometimes when it's too thick, it overtakes the eye. And I make that mistake a lot because you know how it is when your eyeliner just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. That happens to me like every time I do it because I'm impatient and I'm always doing it in front of the camera, which makes it kind of harder. I feel like there's a few girls who I follow who do incredible, like really elaborate makeup work. And then I noticed they aren't often filming the process, not all the time. And I'm like, I feel like it's because how can you do, like, you have to be like this close to a mirror when you're drawing like art on the face. It's really hard to capture it without getting your hands in the way or blocking your light. There, some of them I met at the Colourpop thing. Remember when I made my Colourpop shadow? And I showed up and I was like, wow, you guys are talented and amazing and fabulous. I am unworthy, because these girls, they showed up in their glam. Like, I don't really wear crazy glam out. Like, I wear this out. And this to me is like glam, but their glam was like next level. Like, one girl had jewels into her hairline. It was beautiful. Another girl had like painted goldfish on her eyes. I was like, are you serious? Like, you guys are like putting me to shame. This is incredible. But I think like I can appreciate people who do that style of makeup so much more because I don't do it myself. So into lashes we go. I think we already know that I'm obsessed with the Ardell 705. It's like big and long and voluminous and also very comfortable. I do love that lash. It's also fast, which is why, one of the reasons why I love to wear it so much. But something that takes a little bit longer and is even better are these Amazon lashes. And you can get all different sizes. These are the 8 to 14 millimeters. I'll link everything because who would remember. And then this one I think goes into like 16 or even maybe 20 millimeters. These are a lot longer. These are a little too long. I would do this one if you're interested. And the way these lashes look is so beautiful, and they're so comfortable because they aren't a single strip glued onto your eye. And I'm not hating on a strip, especially a comfortable strip, but these are next level and really good for clients if you do makeup. I know some of you guys have asked about becoming a makeup artist, or you're on your way there. If you do makeup, I definitely recommend them, but you will need a good pair of tweezers, which is what I'm looking for right now. There they are behind me. Of course, you don't have to use tweezers, but it makes application 10 times easier. And I'm gonna start with the longest length in this one, which I think is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's 12, but it could be 14. Now this is like a date night lash because, you know, guys, like I swear I want to be a lesbian, but I'm dating men and I'm not proud of it. And I don't even really want to, but I am, because I don't have the emotional energy also for women, and I wish I did. I just don't. So I'm dating them, and they see makeup differently than we do because they don't know. They don't know what it is that's going on. And these cluster lashes, they don't overwhelm these guys. They think you look pretty when you do it like this, and they don't really know much beyond that. I've gotten compliments from guys when wearing these, but to be honest, I don't think I've ever been complimented by a man while wearing a strip lash. And I don't say this because I don't dress for men and I don't get ready for men, but unfortunately I am dating them. So sometimes I will do things because they will be the one looking at me, you know. SMH. You don't even have to say anything. I already know. It's an embarrassment. And like, I love the boys. Like most of my closest friends in life have either been women or gay men. And I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about straight men. They are who I just don't really understand. I didn't grow up with brothers. I kind of wish I did. And then I was not close to my dad. So I think, like, you know the phrase, girls are from, wait, what is it? Men are from Mars, girls are from Venus, or vice versa. I don't know. That is very true for me. I do not know. I do not know about these men. I don't know what makes them tick. I don't know if I even want to know. I don't understand them. I also, as you guys know, I've also made colorful choices when choosing relationships, and that has done me no favors. So I am looking to kind of cure that by choosing the right people and seeing how that goes for me. Choosing good-hearted people altogether, men or women, because I did have a problem in choosing poor friendships too with women, but nowadays I feel like my friendships are solid and healthy. And now women are, I feel like all of my life's joy and happiness is from my relationships with other women. Like, the relationships are just so enriching to my life. And I have, to be honest, besides my childhood friends, actually, those guys have enriched my life. I love them still. But in my adult life, I've not really made relationships like that with men, and I would like to. And all my close male friends that I do have from my childhood, they live in Wisconsin. But me and my friend John were saying maybe we'll take an international trip together, like Thailand or something. And it's, you guys, it's not what it sounds like. Me and that guy are friends and nothing more or less. Friends. And I feel like also, like, in my adult relationships, I feel like the only type of relationship that would fly, like traveling with somebody of the opposite gender like that, would be friends from childhood, because they don't see me in that way. And I do not see them in that way. Yeah, see these lashes? You don't have to do much to the eye if you put on this lash. Just got a jump scare client request. Some people I am afraid of. Now let's get into our base. We will be doing mascara in a little moment under the eye, but for me, I think it's better to do the concealer first. And I think my HG base is going to be the Perlice. It's just been there for me through thick and thin. Never fails me. I've also gotten heavily involved with the Luminous spray foundation, not the formal airbrush one, because they have like an airbrush one, but the one that I love is in the can that they just came out with. They sent me a couple shades and I've been using those non-stop, but I've only had them for like a week or two. Granted, I've used it like 4 times, but it hasn't withstood the test of time yet. So I can't really replace my Perlice that I've been using for years with something like that, because I only recently started, and like, you can't throw out your long time relationships for an HG video. And we're gonna warm the skin up quite a lot, because I have this tan on and you can see my body's a little darker. And my holy grail, holy, it's like we're in church. You know how they say things so dramatic? The Holy Spirit. I was binging a TikTok thing today on like creepy ministers, and they all talk like the God, the Father, the Holy Spirit. And It's so fucking funny. So anyway, this is my HG. I've not had this for very long, maybe a month. And I am finishing it. I think this is going to be the only bronzer this year that I finish. And it's because the color is so good. And it's not too dark for once, because I'm always too orangey and like kind of like bronzing too dark. And so I use a lot of it. But it just, it's never patchy. It never fails me. It blends out smooth. It looks natural while still like allowing me to be bronzy like how I want to be. It blends well with a brush. It blends well with a sponge. I wouldn't bronze with my fingers, but maybe it even would. I would give it the shot if you're into using your hands, but I don't know how you would get it all uniform, you know, with your hands. Like Bobbi Brown is always using her hands. She's like, just use your fingers. But sometimes I think things get patchy when you just use your fingers. But I did grow up on Bobbi Brown and thought that she was just amazing, and I wanted to be her. I think up until 21, I was like, I want to be like Bobbi Brown. I want to have a makeup line. Okay, now it's time for concealer. I think my HG has got to be this. Ugh, see, it's completely empty. It's got to be this Bye Bye Under Eye. What formula is it? Full Coverage Anti-Aging Waterproof Concealer in the shade 11 Light Nude. Or the infamous pink concealer that I usually wear. I want to say that the pink concealer is my HG, but then I remember this one. And it has better coverage. And it's brighter. Well, no, it's not brighter. Nothing is brighter than that one. I'd say I'm in between the two, but the other one is really limited according to your skin tone. Like, you have to be pretty fair, or at least like light, possibly medium, to fall in love with that one. So this one is more universally awesome, in my opinion, because more people can enjoy it, and it is a nice formula. Like, and it's been nice for a while, because some things come and go in my mind. Like, it'll be great for December, and then I'll kind of forget about it, and then I'll find something that I think is maybe a little better. But that one stays good. This one is also a little bit better for like contouring and highlighting, because pink, you can't necessarily, I mean, I do put it everywhere, but this one is easier to put everywhere. And then, of course, we will powder the frickin' crap out of this, because I did such a dewy skin routine, and I'm coming up on a hormonal week. Certain weeks for me are much more oily, and I'm in that week. I don't know if anybody else has that problem, but when I'm like a week out from my you-know-what, I am oily. Before we set, we're going to add some of this pink blush from this iconic multi-use lip and cheek palette. And actually, my OG favorite blush ever is Merit Fox. But this one goes with this makeup look. And this one you can also layer on top of powder, because we're going to apply this now, but we're going to apply it again. Because the powders really take blush away. They knock it down. Pretty much, like, I always do cream and powder blush. Cream and then powder blush, and then maybe cream again to bring life back into the skin on clients, and usually on myself as well. I think my HG powder is this Florasis blurring powder, and I am so happy to announce that I saw on Facebook that they came out with a wider color range of this. So that is like, the color range was the one thing stopping me from talking about this all the time, because nowadays, it's 2023. You have to have everybody's color. And they're an Asian line, and sometimes the Asian lines, they don't have as good of a color range, because I feel like they're made for like an Eastern market. But finally, finally, they've expanded. They have beautiful deep shades, deeper shades, as far as I think. And these are just such a good, thin powder. They're also beautiful, and I'm a sucker for Florasis. They make such pretty, pretty, pretty products. And then this also, it doesn't make you like white, because sometimes I get a little paler with my other powders, and it's fine because I know it's gonna happen, and I usually like set myself up to go back into like the bronzer and stuff, but this one, it just makes it easy to not have to like redo everything. My HG bronzer is this empty looking thing, so we're gonna scrape whatever's left out of this and try to get it on my face. It's just very good bronzer. I haven't really found one that I like more than this, to be honest. And this is old school. This is Too Faced, and it's the lighter shade. It's milk chocolate soleil instead of like chocolate or dark chocolate or whatever else. And if anybody has a bronzer that they're obsessed with, let me know, because I have the kimchi one, but it's a little too orangey for my taste. You guys know, like, I kind of like being orangey, but like, I don't know, I'm in this new era where I'm trying to kind of be less orange, you know? Like, no matter what I do, I'm gonna be a little orange, so I don't really need the kimchi like taunting me like that. Should we try it? Let's see if that's the truth, because now I'm feeling a little cool tone. Let's see. Okay, so it's fine in small doses. It's fine. This is fine, but I don't love it. I also feel like it's dark in here. It's really hard for me to get the lights right because I just got a new light, and my two Holy Grail lights, which I guess they aren't even my Holy Grail at this point because they burnt out. They burnt out, and I bought this new, more expensive one, and I really liked it the other day, but today it's looking a little dark, and I don't know why. I don't understand. I'm not a professional cinematographer. I wasn't born for this. I don't know what I'm doing. I also am experimenting by turning the backlights out because I noticed that they're turning me and my hair a little yellow, and I don't really appreciate it. So now let's go in with that cream bronzer again, and this is just gonna bring an extra pop that our blush took away, and it's also gonna bring a little extra dew back into the skin, because although I do like to be matte, I like carefully placed dewiness. Why do I love this look so much? I just don't know. I just can't stop. And I don't always take the time to do freckles, but boy, do I think freckles are cute. Maybe we'll add some if my camera doesn't get hot towards the end. How about that? Now let's take this down because we just have a little lip left. And the full impact of the makeup looks better with my hair not all back, all funny. So I think that my HG lip liner, I'm getting tired. My HG lip liner would be Colourpop Ashton. Oh, I found it. I thought I lost it and I was going with a substitute. It was in my pencil holder. Okay, Colourpop Ashton is my HG pencil. It's like a cool toned nude. And it's great for overlining because it's cool toned. I really need to sharpen mine. You can overdraw your lip up to your nose in this shade and it'll look good because it's like a nice slate. But I will say that I've tried this on clients who are tanner than me. And if you're a lot tanner than me, you need to go 1 to 2 shades darker. It's not enough for some clients if they're pretty tan. Also, I recently restocked because I love MAC and they're having a sale at Nordstrom. It's going on until the 7th. I don't know if this particular product is still on sale. This is Creme de Nude, but I got this for like $15 or instead of $24 or something. And I've always loved MAC lipsticks. So this is probably one of my HGs or this L'Oreal palette. And why shouldn't I mix them together? There's nobody here to stop me, and it isn't illegal. They actually look kind of alike. The L'Oreal is just glossier. Honestly, if I had to choose one, it would be this. What was I thinking bringing MAC out? This is so good. Oh, my camera's getting hot again. It's been getting hot like 20 million trillion times. So, fudge. But I really want to do the freckles. Let's do a couple freckles on camera and then we'll do the rest off because it's going to overheat itself. Now, I do think the best freckle product is by Freck. I mean, it's called Freck. I've heard good things about the freckle product that is spelled with like a PH. I think it's also called Freck or Freck Labs or something. But this one I love. And I highly suggest applying them to your finger and do like 10 dots and then dot them on the skin because it's so much faster, and somehow something about it having contact with your finger first makes it easier to blend them. Because sometimes I look a little nutso when I go in strong, like with the applicator. Oh. Okay, seems like I go a little nutso anyway. Wow, I just saw this. This really is my HG look. And we're gonna keep the freckles simple because I don't wanna ruin my HG look. I love this makeup. And I don't think it'll ruin it. Whenever I do freckles, I like my makeup more. But it's just kind of a gamble when you get your base right, you know? Nice. And I wouldn't do highlight. This is my HG makeup routine. You will never see me out in the world wearing a lot of highlight unless maybe a little Flawless filter to do up the skin. But the cream blush on top of the powder and everything, that gave a highlight. And the great prepped skin also gave the highlight. Like those serums and the essences and the creams, they work together to like plump it up. Let me put mascara on the bottom and then our look will be done. I added a little mascara and this is our final makeup look. This is my HG routine. I swear, I love this routine. Also, I have a code for the Bell Labs, so I'll link that. I do not have a code for my Darphin, my sweet, sweet angel. I don't even know if I pronounce this right, Darphin, whatever. I don't have a code for that, but I wish I did. Maybe one day. That would be an ultimate dream. Also, I'm going to my sister's house, and I got this really hilarious fake Juicy Couture set from DHgate. So maybe let's put it on and see if I want to wear this over there and be an embarrassment or not. You know, I'm born in the 90s. I love Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan. And I saw this on DHgate because I wanted a real one, but like, let's be honest, I'm not spending money on a Juicy Couture sweatsuit in 2023. But I will buy a dupe. And I've been into my dupes lately. Maybe let's put these pants on as well. Look at the bum bum. Juicy. Juicy. Let me put them on. It's definitely not as thick. And it's definitely not as weighted. You know, when you buy Juicy, I have an old pair of pants that my sister Hannah left behind and that I'm keeping, and they're thicker. The fabric is richer, but this will do for now because I'm 29 and I don't need a juicy sweatsuit. This is the back. I wish my little cousin were shorter because she would look really cute in this, but she's so tall. So yeah, this is my Holy Grail routine. Thank you guys for getting ready with me. I love you. I appreciate you as always. I appreciate your continued support, and I hope you like this Holy Grail routine. Everything, all the products and everything will be down below for you. And if you have any questions or have any ideas for me that I could do next time, then please let me know. I would love to. I love making videos according to what you guys like to see because I feel like it's like a fun way for us to connect and to bond. Trauma bond or trauma not. Today was trauma not. So yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you for the next one. Bye.